Guys, we might potentially see Islam Makhachev versus Ilia at the White House main event in 2026 June. Islam Makhachev expressed his willingness to fight Ilia. He said if UFC offers him this fight in the White House, he will actually take the fight because he knows it's going to be the biggest fight. It's going to be the biggest fight numbers wise, star power wise. It's going to be the biggest fight skill wise. What other big fights did we have in the past? Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, the fight that holds a record for selling the most pay-per-views. It was some crazy numbers. It was because of the great storyline. Both these guys actually hated each other. It wasn't like UFC was trying to oversell. They actually hated each other, and they were at a very good skill level. Khabib had great wrestling skills. He had great grappling skills. Conor McGregor had great striking skills, but he was lacking the jiu-jitsu. He was lacking the wrestling skills, which neither of these guys are lacking today. Skill-wise, Ilia versus Islam Makhachev is a much bigger fight because these guys can do everything. They can wrestle, they can strike, they can do jiu-jitsu on the ground. They're just on a different level. They're level ahead. So skill-wise, it's going to beat that fight. I believe numbers-wise, it might actually be able to beat that fight too. What other thing do we need? These guys are number one and number two pound for pound. We didn't have that of Conor and Khabib. Khabib was probably close to number one, but he wasn't number one actually. Conor was far away from number one pound for pound. So that's how you're going to sell the fight. Number one pound for pound versus number two pound for pound. What other stars did we have? We had Brock Lesnar, who made a lot of money. But let's talk about the skill level of Brock Lesnar. He was a very one-dimensional wrestler. He did great with that because he was also a great athlete, like a freak of nature. But skill-wise, he was lacking striking skills. His jiu-jitsu on the ground wasn't as good as Islam and Ilia. What other guys did we have? We had Ronda Rousey. She made a lot of money. She had good competitive matches, but even she couldn't have a competitor that could give her the challenge to that level. When she fought Amanda Nunes, Ronda's striking was kind of exposed. So Ronda was pretty one-dimensional as well. She was lacking the striking skills. She had a star power and she had great judo, but that's it. We had Chuck Liddell. We had some other popular guys. We had Jones versus DC. That will come close because DC and Jones were both very high skilled, but DC did not have the looks. That rivalry actually had good hate in it. So people actually loved it. People actually bought it. Good skill level as well. But also, these guys were not as complete as Islam and Ilia. Jon Jones was, but DC was not as complete. And Jon Jones' character outside the cage was pretty bad. And now, this time, the things are aligning as well. Because Islam Makhachev is fighting Kamaru Usman because of the legacy. But if you give him Ilia a fight, he's going to be able to find a bigger legacy. So this is the fight that he would prefer over Kamaru Usman fight, who nobody wants to see right now. Fans are actually hating that fight. So let's make this fight happen. Now, 155, fans want Arman Tsarukyan to get the title shot, but this guy deserves it. But Justin Gaethje's the one getting the title shot. So if Ilia actually moves to 170, you can book Arman versus Justin Gaethje in the White House for the 155 title as the co-main event. And then you can have main event Islam versus Ilia. That will settle everything down. Let's make it happen, UFC.